playing Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, running our Elven Archer Blitz Do Hurtin. Just a quick apology for the previous 2 videos. They were a single stream that I was doing on Twitch that broke partway through. I didn't notice, and so it split it into 2, and it ran a bit longer than I expected, about 45 minutes. So I put them both up. We'll see how things go from there. Hopefully we won't have any problems in this stream. I'm going to try and keep this one to about half an hour. We should be able to finish everything in Beregost and maybe most of the region south of it as well. We'll see how we go. So we left off, we were just outside the Burning Wizard, having got a quest in there to retrieve a pair of boots from hobgoblins to the south. So I believe it's this building here. Has somebody... Is this the one that we want to talk to or not?
You're a long-tongued lout, ain't you?
Strangers tramping about my house. Bah, what does it matter? I've heard nothing from my son and his wife for nigh onto a week, and all else pales in importance until I do. I should have known better than to allow his travel into in these dangerous times. Leave me to my sorrows. Does that give us a quest? Don't think it does. Okay, I think we find something eventually and give it back to him. The other one is in here.
So hard to find.
It's our old friend Firebeard Elven Hair. That's a really hard name to pronounce easily. Firebeard Elven Hair. Next time you pass through Candlekeep, you should read the histories of the Bell in the Depths. It is an old favourite of mine that I'm sure you would like. I thought he gave us a quest. Your old Garion's ward, the lonely kid of Candlekeep, of course. I heard about the loss of Garion, and I must give you my deepest condolences. I hope since you've left Candlekeep, you've kept up on your reading. Oh, the world of books. Oh, the world of books. I have heard that a new copy of that wondrous tome, The History of the Fateful Coin, can be had for a pretty penny in one of the stores around here. If you would be so kind as to buy it for an old man like myself, I'll gladly reimburse you. I'll even give you a little bonus to help in your travels. It must be so hard with Gorion gone. I just realised there was a little trick I forgot to do at the very start of the adventure. There is a hack where I believe if you speak to him 10 times or 20 times in a row, he would give you like 300 coins or something like that. I must look it up. I don't know if he still does it or if you let's just see. Whoop. And you had to wait after you did it for just a little bit before you did it again, and I've lost count of what I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 times. 9, 10. No, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, it doesn't do it anymore. I'm going to have to look it up eventually and work it out. It's going to bug me now. Okay, let's just come down here and make sure we clear out this area. I don't think we've checked that box. And some leather armor. Isn't that nice? We're not going to use it. We're just going to sell it. leather armor is one of those things in this game that unless it's enchanted, it's not worth buying. It's not worth using. Everyone who can use leather can also use studded leather, and studded leather is just that much better. It's not like in Neverwinter Nights, where the armors do a certain amount of protection.
Get out. I don't like your type in here.
But also have a limited amount. So the armors in Neverwinter Nights, they will do a certain amount of protection, but they also have a limit as to how much dexterity bonus you can get while using them. That's not the case in this one. So if you can use leather and studded leather, excuse me, you're just better off doing studded leather, and that's it. Okay, so we now have this little encounter that happens in here. Here now, get out. I don't like your type in here.
You tell him, Marl.
You tell him, Marl. Where is he? Let me just quick save. There we go, and let's talk to him again. So there's a way to get through this to get the best result. I'm going to try and see if I can remember it. And it's to make him realise that his son wanted to be an adventurer, and he should be allowed to have done that. So let's see if we can get this right. Hey, I told you to get lost. Ain't no room for troublemaking strangers. No need to get all bent out of shape. There's plenty of bar for us all. Hey, I take whatever shape I want. I'm sick of you freakish adventurers going out, consorting with God knows what, and dragging your troubles back into my hometown. What do you say to that? I just do what I think is right. We solve a lot more troubles than we cause. We're very nearly anyways. Hee. Yes, so that's the option I'm going to do. First one. Oh, you think it's funny, do you? You mess up the local economy with your treasure. You upset the balance of nature. You flash your magic around, and because of it, maybe someone's son thinks it's fun and goes out and gets himself killed. It's a bad example, and somebody ought to kick your ass for it. Don't get mad at me if someone's son couldn't handle being out from under mum's skirts. Should have taught him to fight instead of dirt farming. I'm sorry for you and your kin. Look, before this gets to hand, maybe I should just leave. Hold on, everyone goes their own path. That's the one I want to say. Hold on, everyone goes their own path, and I'll not be held accountable for what the fates deal. He was a good boy till your kind came through town. Filled his head with nonsense, they did, and because of it he's dead. Now why shouldn't I take that out of your hide? The third option is the one I want here. If you knew him like you think, then ask yourself if he wouldn't have gone anyway. It's a calling you're born with. Nobody gives it to you. Tain't true he was going to take over the farm and settle down, maybe apprentice with Thunderhammer during the winter. He never wanted to adventure. Duncan. That was what you wanted, Marl. Fun's fun, but you're blaming these folks for what couldn't be helped. The boy was a firebrand, if ever there was. No, he was settling down. He wanted that new plough you bought last year. He got the gold by helping clear kobolds near Othgard's beard. He wanted to make a difference, make the realms a bit safer, just like these folks most likely. By Shantae, why couldn't he just stay home? The realms call and you go. He sounds a fine lad taken too soon, but doing what he was meant. If you'll suffer my company, I'll buy you around and toast his memory with you. 'Twould be fitting, I suppose, to Kennar Nethalan, or whatever that is. Rest you well. I would be alone a while. Well, 'tis the calmest I've seen him in a week. Still, best you move along. Marl ain't known for his steady moods. There we go. So we get 900 experience if we follow that path through, and that's the best option you can get. And Imoen gets a level. And this is the other thing that's going to be a little bit strange. Having played so much of Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2 just recently, where all characters, regardless of class, level up at the same number of experience points, it is very strange to see a character leveling up before others. But in this version of D&D, in version 2 I believe this was, each character type had a different experience points for the next level. So as a thief, Imoen only had to get 1250, whereas as a ranger I have to get 2250, and Adjuntus has to get about the same actually. Khalid being a straight fighter as opposed to a ranger, which is a bit more of a specialised fighter, Khalid only has to get 2,000 hit points, 2,000 experience points. But Nira, who is a wild mage, which is a specialist mage, so she has to get 2,500. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Rogues, thieves, whatever you want to call them, level up really quickly in this. So it's actually going to be quite easy to get everyone up to level 6 when we're going to then convert her to a mage. So here we go, leveling her up. Proficiency slots, she's got no proficiency, but we've got 25 skills. So there's only 2 skills we really want to bother with here. Open locks and find traps. Yes. They're the only 2 that matter. And we've got 25 points, so we're going to put 15 into open locks and 10 into find traps for now. And there we go. And we're done. And she is leveled up, ready to go. She now has... where's her hit points? You can see it over here. 16 hit points, of course, if they just double it. And away we go. So we were paused. Great. I'll just do a quick save there. Let's go and talk to this guy. There's no other... oh, I didn't want Emmeline to talk to him. Let the most charismatic man in the group talk to them. Got some cheap beer for you. Keep a low profile if you please. Tempers are short for strangers right now, so what do you want? What do you have to offer? So, first things to do, History of Fateful Coin for 2 gold. Buy that, we can then sell that, give that to Fire Bead, Elven Hair, and make some money. So let's get rid of these potions that we're never going to use, and that chainmail, and that scroll, and that leather armor. This guy only buys select things. It's a little strange. What else do we have that we can sell? Probably nothing except for... we could sell a few of these spells. The History of Tether, only a gold. Might keep... no, sell it. I don't need it. And we will sell these gems. Oh, not for very much. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting there's multiples of them, so I need to do that to sell them all in one go. And you don't have anything to sell. What can we buy here? As I said, arrows +2, not worth the effort. Composite longbow +1 would be nice. Braces of armor class 8. That would go to one of my spellcasters eventually. Battle axe +1, no one's specialising in that, so it's not worth it. Chainmail +1 is not worth it. Medium shield +1 eventually will be worth it, but I'm not going to buy that yet. Two-handed sword, no. A few spells, some potions, and the stuff that I just sold. So let's forget about that. Now there is, I can go upstairs and probably talk to a bunch of people, but there's really not much happening up there that I remember. So I'm not going to bother with any of that. And, you know, we've been streaming for nearly 15 minutes already and have hardly done anything. So let's see, what else do we have to do? Let's go back over to here and collect on this quest. You are generous to an old man, so I will be generous in turn. Let me give you another book in exchange. It's a touch darker than what you've given me, but I get a sense that you may enjoy it nonetheless.
We follow the righteous path, the path of hell.
Thank you, Ajantus. Don't really know why you felt you had to say that, but you did. We didn't even identify that staff yet, so let's put that over there where I'm sure you... no. Someone can maybe identify it without having to use a spell. That was the only good thing that Garrett was useful for. What were my skills? Let's have a look. Lore 1, 2, 4, 2, 13. Why couldn't you identify it at lore of 13 and 10? Okay. Which means we've got to waste 100 gold to identify that. What's this book? Oh, scroll case. Beautiful. That's the other thing that we needed. Now, I knew there was a reason I wanted to do that quest. Open container. There's nothing in there, but we can put all of these into the container. Ultimately, we really should be anything we've got duplicates of, we should be selling. So these two here we should sell. Let's put that scroll in there. We're going to keep it for now. So we can sell these two scrolls. We're definitely going to do that right now, actually. And History of the Dead 3. So this is, as I mentioned before, all of this is after the time of Troubles, when Bane, Baal and Merkel, well, I don't think those three actually died. I don't remember the full story. There was a series of novels that I read all about it. And you could play adventures around the time of that as well. You got to remember, this was all 20 years ago in real life that all that stuff was being done. Right, so we're out of here now. Let's just clear up the rest of this area. There's one more inn that we haven't been to. The one down here we haven't been to yet. We've done that one. We've been to Firebed. We've done Felderpost. We've been to Kagan's shop. We've been to the Burning Wizard. We've been to the Red Sheaf, and we've been to the Thunderhammer Smithy. So that's really everything in the area. There's nothing along this side here. It's just the back of some houses, really. I think there's a bag or something over here which might have a couple of coins in it, but that's about it. Up in here somewhere I thought there was potentially something, maybe not. Was it up here? There we go, there's a barrel there. What's that got? Nothing. That was pretty well it. Right, and so we have been everywhere, man, except for this in here. I can't remember if we get attacked in here or not. Don't think we do. But we may just, there is an encounter in this inn anyway, I know that. We may just do that encounter and then go up to the shop and sell up these couple of little things we found. And I've got to decide then whether to break the video there or whether to keep going. Right, yeah, quick save, head on in. Right, so this just trying to remember what the deal is here.
Yes?
Bjornen, I don't know. They did quite a number on me, those half-ogres. There's a band of them fortifying themselves in the mountains south-southwest of here. If you could give them a taste of justice, that would do me proud. Yeah, we can do that, and pretty soon, actually. See what this bartender has. There we go. Nothing, because this guy's going to come around and... Aye, so everyone's heard, everyone's a rubbernecker then. Is that it? Old Gurk has his famous cloak stolen right off his back by a bunch of pasty tassoli. Yeah, it's old news, and if you make one crack about the Cloakwood being an appropriate name to lose it, appropriate place to lose it, at least I'll put your liver on the menu. Now move on and let the next people in line have their laugh. So, if we find his cloak, we can give it back to him. Let's get this out of the way. Hello friends, welcome and make yourself at home. Show me your services. Yeah, nothing I want to do. Fine, I will... What time of day was it? No, I'm not going to rest. So, yes. No, it's later on that there's a captain here who you can sell bandit scalps to. So let's head up here. Okay, let's sell up. Now, there's a lot of things we can do if we go to the world map. There is clerics over here to the east, there's High Hedge to the west, but really, ultimately, you want to be getting to Nashkel, and fairly soon. In particular, Jahir will bother you about it every chance she gets. So I'm going to sell up in here, and then in the next episode we're going to head south and start to clear out this one. There's another one we have to go through before we get to Nashkel.
Gorion would be proud of your...
Ah, yes, Khalid, I'm sure he would. So, here we go. Can you show us what you got for sale? Sure can. So, let's get rid of that, and that. And let's identify that. It's not going to then be worth the 100 gold it cost me. Oh, yes, it is 200. Well, what do you know? You've already got a staff +1 anyway, and it's going to be a while before we have anyone else that needs it. I feel like it's just better to save it and be done with it. I really need to check and make sure, see if anyone's got healing potions, because I'm starting to run low. So we're going to sell that. I know where there's going to be potentially be some healing potions. At Felder Posts, or whatever his name is. I can afford plate mail. I can afford plate mail. I believe that the Ankeg armor I am not going to be able to use, if I remember rightly. So that means in my final party, these two will be gone. It will be me, Ajuntus, Minsk, Dynahair, Imon, and the cleric whose name eludes me. I generally give either Ajuntus and Minsk the Ankeg armor, because you can get some made by this guy, Thunderhammer, and you can find one up near where Ajuntus was. So no, actually it's down in Nashkel. So generally those two, and then I give plate mail to the cleric, or sometimes because the plate mail's heavier, I have I think I have Minsk wear it because he's got good strength. I'm not going to buy plate mail right now because it is heavy. It's weight 50, and while my guys all have strength of 12, I don't want to slow them down too much. Full plate armor. My God, strength 15. Right. Okay, so quickly head back to Felder Post and see if there's any potions, and then I'm going to take a break for a few minutes, I think, and restart the stream after that for one final little half an hour of adventuring. So let's just check if there's any healing potions available in here. What have you got for us? What do you have to offer? Let's just sell that. Get it out of our hair. I was going to sell those two, wasn't I? Man, 9,000 gold for that ring. If it wasn't so damn useful, because it like doubles the number of first level spells a wizard can cast. That is just insane. Let me see. Bullet, chainmail, medium shield, two-handed sword, potion of invisibility, defense. Nope, no other potions. I guess our best option for more potions is to go east. The problem is, yeah, there's a hard encounter. If I want to clear out that eastern area fully, there's a rather hard encounter, and I want to get to Nashkel as quickly as possible. I generally get to Nashkel as quickly as I can, and then work my way back and clear out other areas. Because once I get to Nashkel, I can get Minsk, which means I can then go west and get Dynahair, and then head east from Nashkel to the carnival and pick up the cleric, and then I've got my final party and I can start leveling them up by going to a few other areas, backtracking basically and clearing out a few other areas, and then going and doing the Nashkel mines. Okay, as I said, I'm going to leave this here in this recording. If you're watching this live on Twitch, I'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Otherwise, you can see me in the next episode, which will come out either on Twitch, you can see it whenever, or it'll come out on YouTube in about a day. Thanks a lot and have fun.